Being a trainer, one of the compliments and the feedback that I've got is that when I speak, people listen. One of my students even asked me, so I was sitting with my cousins and they were having a conversation, and I said something which was of extreme relevance as per the context and the situation. However, they never listened to me. What to do that people start listening to us? Yes, that's the topic. That's what we'll be discussing today. Now we all know it's extremely frustrating. You want to say something, people don't listen. Especially if you have something worth saying. There are some people who just attract the listeners like this. What do they do? I've tried to analyze some of the great speakers and understand and tried to find patterns in the way they speak, what they do. Let's try to discuss that. The first major thing is, which I tell all my students, is to speak slowly, enough to be heard and understood. Are you rushing to get your words out so that they tumble over each other? We will be talking about some techniques that will help you to measure your pace. Next is, increase your interest with variety and emphasis. If you mumble or you speak in a monotone and you don't add any emphasis or impact in your speech, people will get bored. These are the concepts of theatrics. We will be discussing that. What exactly it is. How do we do that? Always try to speak in an adult voice. If your voice sounds rather high or young, work on allowing your voice to resonate. Try to feel that the voice is resonating a bit lower in the body. We will be discussing some of the techniques that can help you to feel that resonance. Always try to break into conversations firmly. If you find that people speak over you, use a contrasting tone of voice to introduce what you say. When you feel confidence, they feel a confidence in you. Have confidence that you will be heard. I know this sentence sounds a bit like a catch-22 situation. If you knew you'd be heard, you'd be confident, right? And the vice versa. The first thing, having a confidence, is to have an intention and a desire and an attitude to go forward on that journey. Your attitude, your aptitude will always determine your altitude. The skill of getting others to listen to you is extremely vital, especially in the workplaces, for addressing a meeting, presenting to a board, making a sales pitch, bidding for a tender, countless other occasions. If this skill is relevant for you, we will be working on how to develop your public voice and how to develop a professional voice. The first thing that I want to discuss is how we can work with your accent. If you dislike your accent or you hesitate to open your mouth because you worry about your accent, take this to your heart. You don't have to change your natural way of speaking to get the results you want. It is not just about the flavor of the voice, it's also about the content of the voice, whether you're wise enough to understand what the audience wants to listen. I used to listen to Osho a lot. If you have listened to Osho, you will understand that he has a very broken English, but the depth of the knowledge that he shares, it just keeps you captivated, flabbergasted, and gobsmacked at the length and the depth and the breadth of the knowledge that he shares. So accent pronunciation does not matter much. It's more about the content. Content is the king. At the beginning, your accent may seem to you to be something like a negative factor in how you speak, but normally it is not. An accent itself is seldom entirely to blame. Rather, the problem is more often the aspect of the way that you speak that you can change without too much difficulty. For example, if you're speaking in your natural accent, your voice sounds high or thin or throaty or harsh, you can deal with those aspects of your voice production rather than correcting how you pronounce every little sound or word or phrase. Always try to understand what is the message that you want to transfer to your audience. Even if you don't have the right accent or the pronunciation of the right sounds, the people who want that knowledge, they will come for you. Comprehension is an extremely important part of speaking, saying what you mean and meaning what you say. You intend to say what you mean, yet sometimes people get you wrong. They fail to take you seriously, if they think you're angry when you're not. They call you patronizing when that is the farthest from your mind. They're picking up something in your tone or voice. One of the most valuable ways you can develop your voice is to ensure that people understand not just your words, but the intention behind your words. Get your words, your intention lined up. They have to be in harmony. They have to be synchronous with each other. They have to be congruent. Else, people can feel that incongruency in your voice. And this you should avoid so that there won't be any kind of a misunderstanding. Feeling nervous, feeling self-conscious, it affects your voice. You might sound squeaky. You may even mumble, fumble, trip over your words. Your voice also comes out wrong when you're too eager to please and you put in too much effort. Some people make earnest efforts not to show emotion when they speak or play an artificial role. And then they sound more like a drone or an automaton or a robot. Hello, I hope you're doing well. Who speaks like that? I will give you some strategies for overcoming some of these gremlins of speaking and show you how to find the true power of your voice by being more authentic. Thank you so much for listening.